Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God, back with you with the next video in my Pentiment playthrough. Without further ado, continuing with Pentiment. So now we're heading to sleep at the guest house of the Abbey. It's getting late, I should get some rest. Let's go to sleep. St. John's Eve. Meet Sister Illuminata at the library. Let's go ahead and head over there. Andreas, did you drop this, Casper? Casper, no, I don't think so, Master. Casper, this script looks beautiful, Master Andreas. Did you write that? Andreas, you were warned. Casper, warned? What does that mean? Warned about what? We can either say nothing, or it's nothing, don't worry about it, or what we will say, which is we'll trust Casper. It has to do with the murder that happened here the last time I was here. Casper? How? I thought they caught the murderer. Yes, but it's complicated. Let's just head up to the library, Casper. Casper, all right, Master. Guy, Andreas? Andreas, brother Guy, what are you doing out here? Andreas, Father Gano has asked me to inform the townsfolk that the shrine is closed. Andreas, closed? With everything going on? Whatever for? Or something happened to the shrine? Or you can't close the shrine of St. Moritz. Guy, Father Abbot has ordered that we bring the hand into the church. The pilgrims are still welcome to come in and visit the relic, but it is off limits to the townsfolk. Andreas, what? Why? Guy, the abbot has had enough of the peasants and townsfolk rebelling against the abbey. He is the rightful lord. The abbot has been more than generous, but he will not let his 12 articles drivel pass. The abbot refuses to leave the relic at risk of destruction. The hand of St. Moritz is the only thing that keeping the abbey open. Andreas, I see. How long will the shrine stay closed? But Tassing relies on St. Moritz just as much as the abbey. What about the faith of the townsfolk? So this is about money? The pilgrims don't bring donations, but the townsfolk don't? Or so he's punishing the town further? Guy, then they can stop engaging in such heretical and sinful behavior. The abbot is trying to protect the relic, nothing more. Andreas, what about the peasants' complaints? Or I somehow doubt that's the only thing on his mind. Or no one wants to destroy the hand of St. Moritz, Guy. The abbot is a cruel man, and you're no better defending him. We'll say the first one. Guy, Father Abbot has done all he can. Until the peasants can see reason, the relic will remain in the church. Andreas, I pray the townsfolk and the abbey can resolve this quickly then. Or, this is ridiculous and cruel, Brother Guy, even for the abbot. Guy, as do I. God bless you, Andreas. It's Ferenc. Ferenc, you. Andreas, God bless you, Brother Prior, or miss me. Ferenc, not Prior, Master Miller. Not anymore. Not after you eviscerated my reputation to the Archdeacon. After you left Kiersau, Father Gano removed me from my position and appointed Brother Matteo prior. Andreas, this wasn't my intention, brother. Or, I'm sure Matteo makes an excellent prior. Or, that sounds rough for you, but it's not my problem. Ferenc, Do you even think of the consequences of consequences your actions will have on others? Andreas, yes, of course, but I can't foresee everything. Or, your words would sting more if they weren't coming from a man caught practicing necromancy. Or, I try not to. It would be a terrible burden for my conscience. Ferenc, I wasn't caught practicing it. I was condemned for reading the wrong books. Condemned by your gossip. Andreas, I was trying to solve a murder. Your activities seem like they might be relevant. Or, blame me all you want. You're lucky you didn't wind up in even more trouble. Ferenc, well, they weren't, since the Archdeacon didn't condemn me for the Baron's murder. Instead, I was humiliated and stripped of my position. Andreas, that's not why I told him. That wasn't my intention at all. Or live with it your choices instead of blaming me for them. Ferenc, intention or not, it happened. Are you pleased with yourself? Andreas, no, of course not. I'm sorry, Brother Ferenc, forgive me. Honestly, a little. Ferenc, I have been carrying this anger with me for 7 years, feeling shame for losing the abbot's respect, losing my position, feeling guilt for hating you. I can forgive you. I must forgive you. To do otherwise would be to turn my back on Christ. I am responsible for my own actions. My anger at you was misplaced. I forgive you. Andreas, thank you. I'm glad you were able to relieve yourself of this burden. Ferenc, the burden is not quite lifted. Speaking the words helps, but healing will take time. Andreas, of course. God be with you, Brother Ferenc. Ferenc, you as well, Master Miller. Sealed up the passage in the library. To the library. It's Rudigar. Oh, it's Rudigar. Yeah. Rudigar. Andreas! Oh, it's wonderful to see you again. How have things been for you in Nuremberg? Andreas. I've been in London. I've actually been in London recently. Nuremberg is wonderful, though. Or Nuremberg is the same as it always is. Or I'm not looking forward to going back to Nuremberg, the first one. Rudigar, I'm glad to hear it. Forgive me for asking, but how did you find the music in London? Andreas, lovely. King Henry is an avid supporter of musicians and plays a number of instruments for himself. Rudigar, how? Oh, interesting. I knew he was a defender of the church, but I did not realize he was a musician as well. I love our music, of course, but I'm interested in what is being created across Christendom. I suppose you came to pay your respects to Brother Piero. I'm so sorry, Andreas. He was a wonderful man and a faithful servant of Christ. Andreas, that he was, or he was my friend and teacher. That he was. Rudigar, well, despite the occasion, it's good to see you again. God bless you, Andreas. Brother Matthew. Matthew, Master Mailer. Andreas, Brother Matthew, how have you been? Matthew, Prior Matthew now, since Brother Ferenc was removed from the position. I believe the cause was your testimony to the Archdeacon about Brother Ferenc's occult interests. Andreas, huh? Or, oh no, that really wasn't my intention. Matthew or not, intention or not, that was the result. Otherwise, I am well, thank you. I will not bother you with questions about your life and career. It's clear you have done well for yourself. Of course, I am sorry about Brother Piero. I know you worked closely in the scriptorium. He is missed by us all. Andreas, thank you, I appreciate that, or I wish I had returned in time to see him. Matthew, certainly. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to my duties. God bless you, Andreas. It's nice having all these conversations in the, Yeah, I was looking for Adok, actually. Adok, hello? Who is this? Andreas. It's Andreas, Brother Adok. Andreas Mailer. Adok, oh? Oh, Andreas, the fine young artist from Nuremberg. Andreas, not quite so young anymore, brother. You flatter me, like the first one. Adok, no, you are still young. When you were last here, I thought I was old. I was wrong. Now I feel the true measure of years on these bones. Like the waves of the wide sea on the cliffs of Porthcragan, time has worn me down. But enough of that. How have you been, Andreas? Andreas, God has blessed me with good fortune. I have been well, or successful in body if not in spirit, like the first one. Ada, good. Be sure to share it with others when you are able. Andreas, you seem more at ease now than when I was last here. Or thank you. Ada, do I? It may be so. I may have worked in the scriptorium beyond the limits of this body. It pained my joints and strained my brotherly love for God. The scriptorium took my sight and the use of my hands, but when it closed it also took the pain from my heart. The abbot is content to let me serve the Lord through prayer and contemplation, and so it also contents me. I'm sorry, Andreas, but I must rest now. It's good to hear your voice at Kearsall again. God bless you. Andreas, God bless you, Brother Adok. Think Matthew's house has anything? Before talking to Sister Illuminata, I want to go see if we can talk to the abbot. Brother Piero's grave, I think. Brother Piero, 1450 through 1525. Rest in peace, my old friend. Mother Cecilia, 1463 to 1522. The headstone is well made. Your family must have commissioned it. Remember, Mother Cecilia had a rich family. The animals look quite happy. Oh, here's Volkbert. Volkbert. Oh, Master Andreas. It's been so long. Andreas, 7 years. It's good to see you, Brother Volkbert. How are you? Volkbert, I am well. I am a monk now. Brother Lucas, too. I still do the same work, but now I have the same robes as the other brothers. Andreas, has the abbot been treating you well? Or are you happy here, brother? Volkbert, yes, he has. The work is hard, but I am happy. Andreas, that's good to hear. I leave you to your work, brother. Volkbert, God bless you, Master Andreas. These cucumbers are growing quickly. I'm sure whatever is eaten will be pickled. Isn't eaten will be pickled. I wonder what recipes the brothers have for peas. That's pet mirabilis. And the reason I came here, which is to go to the abbot's house. Hey, achievement unlocked, a regular Saint Francis. You must have got an achievement for petting animals. How nice is that? And there's the abbot. I think there's nothing else to do here, yeah. God bless you, Andreas. Oh, he has nothing to say. Alright, cool, that's surprising. I think it's time to find Sister Illuminata now. The infirmary? You want to try the infirmary? St. Luke, The patron of artists is also the patron of healers. It's Florian. Most of these medicines were made by Agnes Stauneren, with some help from Sister Gertrude. Florian, Andreas Mailer, how wonderful to see you. Have you been well? Andreas, well enough, yes, or not lately. Florian, good, you look healthy. What brings you back here? Andreas, I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero, or I don't want to return to Nuremberg yet. Florian, of course, I'm sorry, Andreas. I know it's a small consolation, but he lived a long life with little pain. He died quite suddenly during Lauds. He was well loved by everyone here, even those who might pretend otherwise. I'm sure he appreciates the gesture. As for your visit, I cannot speak with the abbot's authority, but you're always welcome company. Andreas, thank you. How have you been keeping yourself busy these last few years? Florian, I've been reading every Italian medical text Klaus Drucker can get his hands on. Andreas, really? How many is that? Florian, oh, I haven't counted, but many. Leoniceno's text on the French disease, which might have been helpful for the Baron all those years ago. The Facilia's medicine, a new printing from Venice. Wonderful woodcuts. Oh, the flower of medicine from Salerno. Did you know they've translated it into Hebrew Occitan? Imagine that. Imagine a peasant in the fields of Provence reading the medical wisdom of Salerno. Andreas, imagine a Polish mercenary doing it. Or, it's truly remarkable. Or, what use would a peasant have with the medical wisdom of Salerno? Florian, what a wonder these books are. They're carried away, hee hee. Anyway, it's good to see you, Andreas. Until later. Andreas, until then. Good to see Brother Florian as well. Let's see what the courtyard says. How about the refectory? When the brothers eat their meals, this is where the lector reads to them. It's the Last Supper. It's Wojslav. Wojslav, God bless you, Andreas. Welcome back to Kiersau. What brings you back to the Abbey? Andreas, I'm returning to Nuremberg, but wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero on my way, or just passing through. Wojslav, oh, of course. His grave is well kept, I assure you. Andreas, thank you, Brother Wojslav. I'm glad to hear it, or at least the Abbey's done that much, or remain silent. Wojslav, will you be staying in Tassing long enough for the St. John's Eve festival? It may be simple compared to those in the cities, but everyone in Tassing looks forward to it. Casper, really, Master Andreas? Can we? Andreas, that's really only an extra day or two. Why not? Or, I don't know, Casper. I have a lot of work to get back to. Or whatever keeps me another day from that bloated aristocrat's commission. Casper, yes, thank you, Master. Wojslav, I'm sure it's quite quaint compared to what you're used to, but it's one of Tassing's biggest events. Anyway, I'd better get back to work. Good to see you again, Andreas. God bless you. Andreas, God bless you, Brother Wojslav. Brother Lucas. Lucas, God bless you, Master Mailer. Andreas, God bless you, Brother Lucas. How have you been? still working in the kitchen? Lucas, yes, I'm still assisting Brother Wojslav. I've been making more complex dinners recently for Father Gurnot. The rest of the brothers eat simpler fare, but the abbot has the privilege of foods from around the world. Andreas, why does the abbot need such fancy foods? Or tell me what you've been cooking. Lucas, well, he's the abbot. Father Wojslav said the abbot always gets the best. He said Father Matthias was odd because he ate the same food as the rest of the brothers. I don't mind it though. I've been learning a lot of new ways to cook recently. Andreas, oh, what are you cooking now? Lucas, oh, Brother Wojslav sent me to collect something for him, but I can't remember what it was. Andreas, something from the cellar, perhaps, or I don't have time to help right now. Lucas, probably. There's so much in there, though. Maybe if I bring back a few onions, I'll be happy. We always need more onions. Andreas, I'll leave it to you then. I never got a chance to explore all this the first time because I felt a lot of time pressure, but it's really cool to see everything here. Feels good. That seems to be bigger too, which is really cool. Really cool. Anyone in the dormitory? Let's talk to Sister Illuminata now. It's Sister Zdena. The scriptorium fell into disrepair quickly after Father Gurnot closed the library. And here's Sister Zdena. How's she been after 7 years? Zdena. Oh, Andreas, you're back. Andreas. Hello, Sister Zdena. You seem surprised to see me, and you're still here. Zdena, that's all you have to say, hello? Andreas, should I say something else, or? Oh, of course, God bless you, sister. Zdena, ugh, you're such an ass. Still, I hear you're a master artist now. How much you've grown in stature, I'm impressed. You know, I've grown as well in a variety of ways. Andreas, grown out of accusing others when you don't get your way, I hope. Or, Sister Zdena, I appreciate your interest, but... Zdena, ugh, Andreas, don't be petty. It doesn't suit your complexion. I was young and immature. Let it pass, won't you? Besides, you didn't have to endure the tongue-wagging Master Illuminata gave me. We could either say, did you get in much trouble? Or, well, you did try to break your vows and lie about it when I was in the library. Or, serves you right. I was nearly expelled from the abbey because of you. It'll be nice. Zdena, I had to do penance, obviously, and I had to help Sister Gertrude in the garden for a whole month. It wasn't horrible. I enjoyed working outside in the nice days. The garden is beautiful. I was young and lonely. You have no idea how boring a convent is for a young woman. Andreas, that's why you were so upset that I didn't kiss you, or it doesn't mean you can accuse people without a cause. Zdena, of course it was, you ass. I'm not like you, Andreas. I never chose this life. And my family couldn't marry me off to anyone of higher rank, so they donated to the abbey. The amount was substantial enough for the abbey to take me in as a nun. I was forced to take the habit. I loved my life before Kersal. At least you chose your vocation. I was shoved into mine and forgotten. We could say, she became a bitter bitch determined to get her way however possible. Or, is that why you hate Mother Illuminata so much? Or, no wonder you were so upset, I had no idea. Zedena, yes. I was wrong of me to accuse you. I was angry at my family and Kirsa, not you. I've accepted a lot in the past 7 years. I'll make the best of my life as well as I can. I should return to my duties. Thank you for speaking with me, Andreas Mailer. Andreas, until later, Sister Zedena. It's Mother Illuminata now. Anything up here? I don't think so. Super cool. I mean, you don't get like a bunch of crazy action in this game or anything, but the character development and the story is just really fun. So very happy with that. Let's talk with Mother Illuminata. Illuminata, God bless you, Andreas. It has been too long. No doubt your work has carried you far from Nuremberg, but we had hoped to hear from you from time to time. Andreas, yes, my apologies. You're right, of course. It's good to see you again, Mother Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler from Salzburg. Or, good day, Master Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler from Salzburg. Caspar, God bless you, Mother Superior. Illuminata, God bless you, young Caspar. Zedena, Master Mailer. We can either say Sister Zedena, or it's good to see you, Sister. Zedena. Illuminata, I'm sorry you have to see it in such a state. It sees very little use these days. Andreas, what happened? Illuminata, after Baron Rothwegel's murder, we had fewer and fewer wealthy patrons. The number that held out lost interest. It's easier to commission new work from the Guild of St. Luke, or individual masters in big cities like Nuremberg. Father Ganot saw no reason to keep the scriptorium or library open. Most of the books here have been suffering of neglect. After Mother Cecilia's death, neither I nor Sister Zedena had the time to maintain our inventory. We can either say, that's terrible. Kirsa was one of the last monastic scriptoria in Bavaria, or Piero did say it was going to happen sooner or later, or what we will say, which is, I would have guessed it was unprofitable years ago. Illuminata, you're not wrong. Without patrons like Baron Rothwegel, even Father Matthias would have been forced to close the scriptorium. Ah, Brother Pierre was fond of saying, all things change in time. Now all that remains are books for sale to interested parties, a task that Father Ganot has entrusted to me. Zedena, and Illuminata, and Sister Zedena, of course. Andreas, well, I'm eager to look through your inventory, or I don't even know where to start. Caspar, Master Andreas, maybe you could find a book for little Magdalene, something that's not in print yet. Andreas, excellent idea, Caspar. Maybe scouring the books. Parzival. Perhaps Klaus would not object to this romance given its emphasis on Christian virtues. The German is a little dated, but I'm sure she'll figure it out with Klaus's help. Who knows, maybe it will inspire her imagination. Huh? I think these are Latin translations of some of Origen's homilies. Also, it looks like it's partially burned. Probably not a great gift for a young... Wait. This is the same bookhand as the notes I found when the Baron was murdered. Whoever wrote this is responsible for writing the notes. I need to ask Sister Illuminata about this. And that's where we'll go ahead and end the video there for this week. And so, with that I want to say, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.